Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Yo. Brandon, are you ready for the spoiler alert? Brandon's here with us. He hasn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, even if you haven't seen it, listen or don't listen if you don't want to get spoiled. I've always said I'm the person, I don't give a shit about spoilers. You let me know. I'm tired. I don't like not knowing. You know that when they have that cliffhanger from like a TV series, I can't do that type of shit. I can't be left. But I'm that
type of person. If I already know what's going to happen, I'm not going to watch the fucking movie at all. So I don't want to know.
No, I will go still watch the movie because I want to see how it plays out visually. I read it or somewhere, and then I want to see what happened. What about you, Louis? You like spoilers? No. You're spoiling.
No, nobody likes to be spoiled.
I like spoilers, man. You guys can deal with that.
Here we go.
Left in the dark.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
We like to enjoy watching a movie.
I still watch it.
What the fuck's gonna happen?
No, I don't like to be surprised. I don't like surprises. Surprise birthdays, you better watch out. I might punch you in your chest. Because I don't like surprises.
Well, guess what? You don't have anything to worry about because no one would ever throw you a surprise birthday
Nah, they throw me a surprise birthday party. It's happened before. I don't like it.
No, fucking angel. But anyways, what'd you think of Guardians 2? Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it, actually. I like it as a... I seen the second time is like even more better. Like you get to see more parts of it. You get to see, get to understand more of the movie once you see it again. Because it falls into perspective, everything, and it goes with what you saw in the first part too.
I've seen it twice now. I liked it, didn't love it, but you know how I love the MCU. This movie, it's enjoyable. It's a good time, like throughout. I mean, I think I don't want to nitpick and shit on the movie, but I'm going to just say it wasn't as good as the first movie, and I just wish that it would have planted more seeds for the future MCU and what's going to happen with Avengers, Infinity Wars. But I mean, I don't like this story's pretty self-contained. It feels pretty episodic. Like this was a one-off, introducing Kurt Russell as Ego, and then I thought there would have been maybe more villains. And this movie pretty much takes place on Ego's planet. They don't do much, and they split up the team too, so that there's not as much chemistry. But it's still, the stories are enjoyable. But I wish that they would have done things a little bit more differently to make the pacing better.
More, you just wanted it to be more connected to the MCU and see it like that they were connected to the Avengers somehow, and further along the Infinity Wars.
But maybe just something a little bit bigger. But this movie was more about character development.
This actually was like set right, right after one happened. So this is right after volume 1 happened. This is like just the story right after chapter 2. Actually, chapter 2 right to book.
It's small scale on a smaller scale, like what's at stake and stuff that's going on in the movie. I feel the movie's a little directionless in the beginning.
I don't think so, because it explains a lot of how Star-Lord, right? In Star-Lord in part 1, he's able to grab this stone and not be able to... It disintegrated other beings, and he was just a regular human. So there is in the comics that he is, an extraterrestrial, half extraterrestrial being. No, but
I have no problem about finding out Star-Lord's who his father was and stuff like that. But to connect it, make his father the villain and stuff, I feel like they could have went down a different route. But overall, like I said, the movie is enjoyable. I wish it was a bigger scale movie.
Yeah. In the comic books, his father is a villain, so. Yeah. They had to stay true to that. He's a villain, but they combined him with Ego the Planet because Ego the Planet is not his father. It's two beings they put together to make one. Ego Planet is the planet. Actually, like the planet how it was on the outside. That was Ego. Yeah. He wasn't. He didn't have his natural form. He didn't have a human form. They combined those two characters and made it one. I thought it was pretty good. I like Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell. You can't get mad at Kurt Russell.
A great actor.
Can't get mad when the franchise gives you Kurt Russell.
So what did you think of the movie, Jose? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was like you said though. I would like a little bit more entanglement with everything else.
But I'm gonna say, can I just say something? James Gunn, he never gave anybody the notion. He always said that it's not gonna be having anything to do with the MCU. Yeah. So nobody had to want that because
expected it, but-
they expected
No.
they didn't want that. He was just telling you that it's not going to happen in this movie. Everybody knew that, so they couldn't be disappointed that there's no connection. That's why I was disappointed there was no connection to the MCU
Even
because I knew
experts,
it was
it
just
would've
the
been nice.
it was just
They
to
had
make
5
it was
scenes.
just to make outer space of the MCU. It's still telling the MCU, but it's just going broadening the outer space aspect.
Yeah,
of
eventually there'll be
the
future stuff. But I
MCU.
said I wish it was
See,
just setting up
the Avengers are going to be tackling what's on Earth. You know what I mean? They'll broaden all the heroes, the defenders, all that on Earth, while Guardians of the Galaxy will tackle all the intergalactic things to make them apart. But Infinity War is going to have both of them. That's what we're going to get conflict that involves both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one just wanted to make sure that they took Star-Lord's God essence away from him and show him that he did have a specialty to him. And they wanted to make the family, I guess, be more, because I felt like they did good with making them more of a family in this one. They felt more of the family. They began to become
stronger, They were showing like little signs of like them getting annoyed with each other, and that one, you know,
like a real
But,
family.
well,
Yeah,
like I said, they show them, but the whole team as a whole,
Rocket took the
they
fucking.
they don't spend much time together as a team because they split the team off into different stories. So that's where I say the pacing feels a little off. Both stories that they're.
You're talking about when Rocket stays.
With shit.
Yeah,
But it's also
pretty much.
they want to get away from Rocket because he's already
It's Rocket,
annoying.
Yondu, Baby Groot.
Nah, but you
Their
understand.
story, and then you got a Star.
I don't know why they didn't take
Gamora.
Groot with them. That's kind of messed up. So, but anyway, Rocket. He probably wasn't gonna even let him take him. I don't know. But Rocket was already being an asshole to everybody, and he was like, you know what? And he wasn't really trusting Ego. He didn't know.
All right,
he didn't want
the comedy.
to go with him.
The comedy in this movie was pretty good.
And he had
They
space
used that.
shit.
I think the comedy was more up front and center in this movie than it was than the last one. I think at times I felt a little bit forced with Baby Groot and Drax this time. Batista's definitely just playing comic relief.
No, he
Like
is
the
great.
whole entire time, he's comic relief.
He is though, but he's good at it. It makes it fun. The movie, I like that. That's why my favorite character in the movie, this movie was Drax.
Who was your
off the chip?
Who was your
off the
favorite
rails.
character in this movie overall? Who steals the movie? Yondu, yeah.
Steals the show, I think.
Nah,
They made Yondu pretty badass in this movie.
Drax.
How?
Huh?
How?
He's hilarious, man. He's hilarious in the movie.
He was funny in
Everyone
the
they
first
say.
one though.
No, but he's even
Who
funnier in
stole
this
the
one,
show,
and he's
though?
even more.
No, not
Who
really.
stole the show?
Because he makes fun of that fucking bug bitch.
No, because how he treats
That's the only thing-
Star Lord, how he treats everybody else, and it's him.
Justice
He doesn't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, he
not.
thinks it's
He
just
doesn't know
normal.
sarcasm. He doesn't get what they're trying to get at. You know, he's like,
Yeah, I think he talked too much. He didn't kick enough ass.
nah, he did kick
He
him.
didn't even get. I thought he was gonna kill that big monster in the beginning, but it wasn't even him. It was fucking.
Yeah, he's just stabbing that.
Stabbing it. Yeah, but yeah.
Who stole the movie? Baby Groot.
No.
Yeah, I think everybody had their own time. That's it. Nobody stole nothing. They were all. Everybody got a.
movie. What happened? Yondu's ashes into space. Everybody coming in out of fucking nowhere for Yondu. Stole the show, bro, and he killed it.
Yeah, he had the scene where he was with Sylvester Stallone, where he
And
was
then the
talking
scene
to
when
the
he was
Ravagers.
he's like, "Oh, you don't need blah blah. You need you don't need to be a father to be a daddy."
He's like, he may have been your father, but not your daddy.
But not
the guy
your
was like-
daddy.
He gives him the fucking thing and just.
Spoiler alert! Extras.
No, but I mean, before we get into like full on spoilers and stuff, I like the opening to this movie. Definitely,
Yeah.
it's funny.
The opening number.
Baby Groot dancing while they're trying to fight.
I like how Rocket's the one now who wants to listen to music while they fight.
No, he was doing it for what's his name?
No, because Star-Lord was like, that's unnecessary. He was agreeing with Drax. Drax was like, this is unnecessary, and Peter was like, yeah, it's unnecessary. We don't need that right now.
He's like, sure, we don't need
And
it.
then he's like winking, the Rocket. No, man. Remember when he called him a trash panda?
Yeah.
After he called him a raccoon, he was like, all right, I'm sorry, trash panda.
This movie sets it up. They open. They introduce the Sovereign, the people that are gonna bring.
Golden people.
They're gonna bring Adam Warlock into the MCU.
Very powerful. He's gonna definitely be one of the main antagonists. Probably they'll go make him a hero, and then bring out the other dark side.
He's an anti-hero, but in the next movie, it'll be about.
He's definitely been a villain too.
He'll be a villain, but at the end, he'll end up turning
worst villains.
But
he is one of the most powerful villains in it. He's that story and how they're gonna show all his powers. I hope they go full into detail on Adam Warlock because that's a threat. That's a force right there. He's a force to be reckoned with.
In this movie, like when the team splits off, it's two separate stories. It's Groot, Yondu, and Rocket.
Rocket, yeah.
And then you have Star-Lord, Gamora, and Drax, and the introducing Mantis, and you got Nebula on the other side. Which story did you enjoy
the most? So
went off on a I would say
because we got the which
eventually
side,
the stories.
I like how they show how Rocket he holds his own. He's like a prominent member of the team. They went into detail.
Rocket's definitely amazing.
He took all the Ravagers out when they came through. They took them, had them with those bombs that he set up and had them throwing them up in the air. And then he came and he fought hand-to-hand combat and he took people down too. Until Yondu came, obviously, because Yondu above Rocket, because he's got an arrow. He just whistles. An arrow that he could just kill you with by whistling.
Oh, they made Yondu very powerful. My God.
They did. They made him very powerful. He's very powerful though. They're not stretching too far with the.
I thought the reason why they had to they had to kill him off in this movie is because they made him too powerful. God damn, Yondu with his. I said that's probably the. That's probably the best.
Let me just tell you, he whistled at least 200 times in that movie.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dead people.
That's probably the best part in this movie. The most badass, and it shows how
when
powerful
Baby Groot
he killed everyone.
Baby Groot.
Baby Groot's just cute as fuck. That's the only reason.
Baby Groot. Groot has to kill his.
He's like, what? Are you crazy? We can't kill him. He's too cute.
Taserface.
Taserface told the show.
Taserface was hilarious too. I guess he was a character in the comics too, and people hated him so much in the comics. This was their way, like an Easter egg. They were going to make fun of Taserface in the movie.
Taserface. Sylvester Stallone, by the way, Starhawk.
Is that who he is?
People know. If you know comic books, Starhawk. Who he is. He's playing tribute to that character. They're the original Guardians of these aren't like the Guardians of the Galaxy they have in the movies is like the second incarnation. It's not the first one. It's not the first the team that they had. The first one was the one Sylvester Stallone and Yondu. You know what I mean? Yeah. These people are playing. So when you saw that end credit scene when they all came together, that was the real Guardians of the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
You know what I noticed?
They're gonna do a spin-off with them.
With Vin Rames. Look at Sylvester Stallone.
Is there a different name for them?
They'll be called the Ravagers now, I guess.
Ravagers.
So we got Starhawk with Sylvester Stallone. Forget
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh, she's a character. Vin Rames. Then there's you don't know who Vin Rames is?
No.
Let's see what movies. You don't know?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, the black guy in Pulp Fiction. He's also in Baby Boy, Stepdad to Tyrese. He's also in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. He's the black guy in that movie too.
That was gay.
The gay one.
It's coming.
Let's show this guy.
Let's look him up real quick.
Vin Rames. Ving.
What is he playing though?
He plays Charlie 27. He's like
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus is that robot. You know the robot I talked at the end, Louis? That was Miley. Just so you know.
Say again.
That was Miley, the robot that talked at the end. It's like, thanks.
Yeah.
That's Miley Cyrus.
Ah, shit. Vin Rames. Right? I saw it.
Yep. VINGRHAMES.
You know what I noticed? All right, so we just had 3 big comic book movies in the last year be about the internal struggle, like the main thing.
Family, yeah.
No, the main thing has been they've had mommy issues. He started fighting Ego because you killed my mom. He's like, I gave your mother cancer. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, he did. He went. But what would you think? He barely knows it. He just getting to know this guy as his father, so he doesn't really have that bond of years of him being his dad that he would like. He was like, you killed my mom? He just said, bow, almost. But Ego's main plan was to spread himself across the whole universe and make everybody him.
I liked everyone's character development in this movie, but I think one of the only characters in this movie that fell kind of flat was Gamora. She didn't really have like a lot of character to progress her.
Gamora?
Didn't she?
Yeah, she's with her sister. They have that story.
Oh yeah, her and her sister.
It was her and her sister, but I don't.
That's gay.
Because it's her and Star-Lord. It's her relationship with Star-Lord, and then her relationship with her family.
I feel like it felt a little off. Like she wasn't. She didn't act
like the way.
No, she didn't act like the way that she.
Unspoken thing.
No, but I know.
John Wong.
She didn't act the way that she acted in the first movie.
It was
I feel that her character was different this time around.
Yeah, she was like more lighthearted.
Yeah,
she wasn't too.
Yeah, it didn't.
But I guess that's she probably hooked up with Star-Lord, and now she's in love, and now she's different. That's probably why she didn't let Mantis touch her. She was like, "If you touch me, I'll break your, I'll punch you." The only thing you're gonna feel is your broken jaw. Wow.
But yeah, I mean, the storytelling between her and Nebula was a little bit clunky. I don't know.
I thought it was good. I thought they showed that they're still, she was still trying to kill him.
I'm a fan of the actress who plays
Nebula.
Karen Gillan.
Yeah, like you were saying this before. Like they pushed her comedy to try to make her.
Oh,
funny.
they forced her a little bit.
Yeah,
it wasn't right.
It wasn't right. They're trying to get cheap laughs off of certain things. I would say I would agree on that part. But overall, I love the movie. I liked it. I'll watch it again because of the action. Because of the action and the setup and a trivia that I was about to tell you. And that scene where they're being chased by the Sovereign with all the battleships. Instead, James Gunn wanted to do that. They were going to send Adam Warlock after him. Just Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I think that would have been too much. They wouldn't have been able to focus on that. Would have been just have him back at the end of the him trying to stop and then Ego stopping him. And then at the end, they show him again that the Sovereign got him, and they're like, I was going to say, the first time I seen Guardians, I felt like the final showdown, it fell a little flat. The second time I seen it, I felt it was more emotional, whatever. Yondu giving up his life to save Star-Lord.
They weren't going to do that, too.
I feel...
That's another thing that I was reading. They
thought about maybe saving him, but then he said, "Yeah, that would have been cheap too." He sacrifices himself; he's going to be out of the movie. That last scene, I do. It was the second time that I seen it. I felt the emotion from it. It was a good scene. I like the whole Yondu's funeral and stuff like that. Why he sacrifices himself. But yeah, that final scene, and I just the choice of music in this movie again It's not as good as the first movie. The music.
I thought that whole scene, that whole end of the scene.
What? That fucking dude, his father, what's his name in the show?
Ego,
yeah. Dude went to fucking thousands and thousands of planets.
Yeah, to spread himself.
Fucked all these fucking people and aliens and monsters. Did you see one? There was in the picture. It was like he was fucking like a plant, was sucking on his face, bro. And it was like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, you're right,
bro. That is like the sickest shit.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I didn't think he was that sick and perverted until
now.
Till that, no, because he wanted to spread himself across the whole galaxy.
He didn't want it to be everything, nothing but him.
Nothing but him. Yeah, just ego.
Yeah,
that's and that's symbolic of what ego is.
Yeah, because he's got an ego. He's like, I should fucking be everything.
I should be everyone. Omnipresent, Oh, and
that shit was sick on.
But I was gonna say, the final scene, the funeral, the song choice.
The whole scene, I was attached to how when they're in the ship and they're about to go, and Rocket goes into the ship, and Gamora's like, "Oh, you can't leave Peter behind." And then she goes grab the gun, and he's like, "It shows right there how close all of them really are, and how much they love each other." And then neither one of them wanted to lose each other, so that was mad emotional. I like that scene. Drax is like, "Where is he? Where's Peter? Where's Peter?" And then obviously Yondu goes and saves it. It was touching how he was like willing to give up, all that power.
They used the Cat Stevens song "Father and Son." Yeah. I think that was a really good song selection for it. And the movie even though it ends on a down, like a little bit of a downer of a note, it does feel like they progress their characters where you still want more. You can't wait to see what's going to happen next with the Guardians. Like their next film that they're going to be in is Avengers: Infinity War. Though that's what I was hoping that they were going to set up, and we didn't get it in that one yet. Maybe they got a little more. Maybe they'll have a cameo appearance in Thor. Possibly.
This is me, Lee. I think Sylvester Stallone is going to show up in Infinity Wars with his boys, with that team, to do something for them or something amongst that whole storyline.
I think that'd be pretty badass. But
what a day! You see Sylvester Stallone jumping in Captain America.
Scale 1 to 10. What are you giving Guardians to?
I would say 8. I liked it a little.
I was gonna say I'd say 7.5. It was good. It was 7.5. It was good, not great.
It wasn't
but
like as great as
the first one.
Not even as great as the what we've been seeing from them.
Again, that's every single Marvel movie.
What do you mean?
Like the Avengers, fucking. I can't really think of what. That's about it, honestly. It wasn't as great as the Avengers. I give that movies like
Age of Ultron. The last one is because it's not Captain America.
Even all of them. Even Civil War.
I would say
Captain America.
It's not on those levels. But like I said, it's not bad by any means. The MCU
not at all.
Every single movie delivers.
But those movies are like 9s and 10s, bro.
Yeah, they deliver again.
You gotta really
9s
you gotta
and
really
10s?
put that if you say 7.
Which movie do you give a 10?
Avengers. Captain, even the
Avengers?
Honestly was fucking lit.
The Winter Soldier was a pretty bad.
That's a 10. I would give that a 10.
What?
Winter Soldier.
What?
Winter Soldier, dog.
Winter Soldier.
That's the
good,
best.
but
One of the best movies in the MCU.
Because the first Guardians is almost a 10.
Yeah.
I think the Iron Man movie.
No, man.
Fucking.
Winter Soldier. Watch it again. It's just.
I've watched Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier's good.
It's very good.
It changes everything in the MCU.
It turns Captain America into super badass. That movie.
It's definitely better than the first Captain America.
It's definitely
introduces Falcon. The scenes with Falcon are dope in that movie. Bucky. Bucky was. Bucky was a beast, man. Bucky is a beast. Yeah, I'm serious. Bucky is a beast. He caused the Civil War to happen back then.
I think the Iron Man 1 and 2 are better than that movie. I don't know about 3.
Iron Man 1's a 10.
The third one.
Iron Man 1's a 10.
Iron Man 2 is probably one of the weaker movies.
Iron Man 1's a 10.
I liked it though.
Iron Man 1's a 10. Winter Soldier's a 10. And
hey, we're doing that's spoilers, man. Let's save it for the talking franchise.
All right,
But
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
8.
Yeah. So it is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should see it now, even though we just spoiled the shit out of it for you.
Just watch it. Be like me. I love spoilers. I hate not knowing what's going to happen.
But all right, so end credit scenes. It's a Marvel tradition. They always have end credit scenes at the movie. They gave us 5 in this.
Oh, did you see what's his name though? I just want to bring this up. They show Stan Lee.
Oh
yeah.
What was he chilling with?
The Watcher.
The Watcher.
Yeah, and we were talking about how
so it's like he's been
a watcher.
every
That's what he
single.
is.
He's a Watcher.
He's a Watcher.
And all the characters that he's played in every single movie so far, he's the same guy.
Same one.
I like
same
that.
person.
That was funny. Grew up to be a teenager.
I like how they show how Star-Lord actually understands Groot. Because that's what it is. If you spend enough time with Groot, you begin to understand.
But
language.
I was reading a James Gunn interview. He said recently,
not his languages.
He said Groot is not actually a teenager. He's more like 10 years old in this movie. He said the next the next Guardians. Yeah, he'll be a teenager. He said every single movie is going to be about him aging. So he's not going to be adult Groot next movie. He's going to be a teenager.
Which will make more sense because when he's an adult, he's more passive, right? I would say. It was like. But I think as a teenager, he'll be more rebellious now.
Yeah, comic relief. It's still introducing new ways.
So you think there's going to be a clash between him and Hulk? That's what they're saying. There's rumors, right?
No.
Yeah, Groot versus Hulk.
Fucked up.
Don't disrespect. Did you see Guardians Galaxy? Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1, this Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
who saved the day?
Hulk.
Who saved the day
Yeah,
at the
by
end?
creating a fucking thing around himself and saving everybody. Then he became a baby, nigga.
Yeah.
You're
Guess what?
gonna do that to the Hulk? I mean,
But
when you
be
become
Hulk.
a baby, then the Hulk's still gonna be the Hulk.
Do you know what was happening? Do you know what's it? That was the power of Infinity Stone, no?
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened.
The-
It exploded.
They went to grab the Infinity Stone, they absorbed the power.
That's not
and
what
that
it was, though.
What?
It
They went to grab the Infinity Stone.
When they grabbed it, that happened after.
They were about to
that was
explode.
That happened after that. Because
Right.
Groot wasn't there. He didn't hold their hands with them, nigga. It was only it was them four.
Just four.
Groot was already fucking dead.
So what happens that
Bro, it was an
It's about
explosion.
to-
Then they fall from like space, some shit or some dumb shit. I could have sworn it was some shit like that, nigga.
all right, never mind. Fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna go research
research,
this.
bro.
Nah, but anyways, you the
we'll
five.
see you.
Tear that ass up.
No, man. You know, Groot is just as on that level of Hulk. Strong.
Listen, there
Well,
was-
Hulk is stronger, obviously. He'll
there
get
was-
to levels, but
there was
Groot's
five.
gonna give him.
There was 5
Some
end credit
sauce.
scenes. Mainly, they were all there for comedy, except for one that stood out. They set up Adam Warlock coming in.
Yeah.
At the ending, the Sovereign, after they've been defeated, she shows they have a creation.
Yeah,
in
they
a
have
pod,
him in that pod, and,
and that's what they're saying is probably Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be about that. And then dealing with the Sovereign. But I definitely can't wait for the next movie in the MCU.
All right.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
In 2 months.
Spider-Man. Look at this strength level.
Oh my God! There's a site that actually has
The strength level of
Yes.
Groot 700.
the Hulk would,
Seven.
and he's got 3, 4. And what's the Hulk's?
The Hulk-
He dominates now. You just
Let me
lost.
see. I
Nah,
know he
man.
does.
Look at his rating right here.
Let me see. Go.
He's gonna give Hulk the sauce. Trust that. He'll give Hulk the
Okay,
sauce.
alright, where's the Hulk shit?
Yeah, that show on the
Strike
power. I
7.
can't believe there's an actual power
His strength
grid.
is kind of.
People at home can't see this right now, but there's a power grid that shows their intelligence, their strength, their stamina going against each other. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's
People got too much time on their
It's pretty
hands.
accurate. Because Marvel itself gives that information too. They actually have, because they do have cards and stuff, card games and stuff like that. So they have their actual strategy, like how Hulk.
But anyways, that wraps it up.
Next time,
Talking spoilers.
Talking spoilers, bitch.
Johnny, staying.